All right. See how everybody is doing. Bum 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 bum. Doot 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 doot. How is everybody doing? Doing. What's up, Umar? Thanks for joining. It's the Umanata. Yeah, if you can't join it, that's fine. Let's crack a lackin'. Well, thank you for telling me I sound better. I appreciate that. Things are okay. Losing some money in silver, but what's new? Whoa! We don't want to go to ESPN. We want to look at Neo. Look at this call out here. Like, is that not just like a thing of beauty? What's up, RJ? What's up, RJ? What's up, RJ? What's up, RJ? What we got going on here? A little bit of this, a little bit of that. I think it's more likely it does that. We'll see. How is everybody doing? Let me spam this out, see if we can get a few more people in here. Da 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 da. Everyone have a good trading day? No, I'm still shirtless. I like to relax at night. It's too much pressure to use a webcam. I gotta look good. I gotta put a shirt on. I gotta do my hair. I guess I could wear a hat, but we'll probably start doing camera tomorrow. We'll just plus. I mean, I showed you myself once. That was I can't. I proved that I wasn't a robot. Beep boop beep. Or am I? Yeah. I'm feeling alright. I mean, still feel like I'm like 90%. Still feeling a little poopy, but that could have been from the whiskey last night, too. So, who got into Neo today? Anyone play this signal yesterday or play it off of everyone else's signals in the other chat? Make some money on Neo? Yeah, we all wish we did. I didn't do it either. Oh. Alright. Shit. Yeah, I had some silver calls I just hung on to today. Nothing crazy. Uh, let's see. So today we got some put alerts. We got a call on Tesla and a level 3 call on Guild. Let's look into that Guild call when it came out. Level 3 call is a big deal. Ooh, look at that buy signal. That's tasty. That's a killer buy signal right there. I went from what, 177 to, that was a $2 buy signal right there. Awesome. So we got some gap fillage here. That's nice. Pew. Excuse me. Oh man, sneezy today. Gotta spread that COVID. Ooh, look at that. Rainbow Charlie. Oops. Okay, let's see. Let's do some fibs in here. Fibs on fibs. It's time. Alright, looks like we had some rejection in the green. This could go down to here. I bet you it goes down to here, and then we finally get our bounce through here. Put on a shirt. Yeah, it does keep going up. So let's get into it. You know, people waiting. That's it's fine. Alright, so I'm going to start going through all the call alerts that we had today, and we can go through the Tesla one too. I think we all know how that went. Yeah, Tesla went bazonkers. Look at that. It's following my trajectory though. Like, I called it going to 530, and it's ooh, got rejected twice at the 786 though. Like, I drew this, all this, I drew down here. Like, when I finished this is when I drew the rest of this. So, I mean, it's been bouncing through these fibs, and it bounced off of this fib, and now it's bouncing off this fib. And that would have probably been when you should have taken profit, is when it rejected the first time, and you would have saved yourself a lot of money. So the next target would be 475, and we'll see if we get a retracement to the 450 or not. Alright, let's go into Fortuna now that we went through Signum. Well, I'm pulling up these, holy cow. We've had so many alerts this week, it's crazy. Alright, so we got a VIX call alert at 2168 this at 10 a.m. this day. I have a feeling that was oops, that's not right. Yeah, look at these call alerts today. Like, these are money. So 2168 is right here. So it called it right at the end of this candle, and then again at the beginning of this candle. So we got almost back-to-back signals on these candles. It went from 2168 all the way up to 2130. And if you're probably would have just done it off of probably could have just done it off of here. Yeah, so you can see here we had a perfect 61% retracement. So you would have basically been playing this all the way up to here, and you would have taken profits here. And this is a little scary. At the end of the day, we got another call signal, but VIX isn't known for having the best track record with Fortuna. That's pretty damn good right there, but you know, I don't love playing it on VIX. It gets faked out a lot, mainly because VIX just always goes down. That's the big thing about it. So we'll see what happens. I mean, either way, what's the other one that got called out? It was at the end of the day it got called out. 2195. So that called it pretty much at the peak right here. So that was literally the last second of the day it called this. So I mean, it came out the very last second of the day. So you wouldn't have even had time to get into it. Someone thumbs up to Disney. Now, I just started Soy Aldo. I am Aldo, okay? Aldo, we just started, so this is the first one that I've really gotten into. And we're going to go through them all right here. So however long that takes me, that'll be how long this is today. So we got a VIX again at 2148 or 2184. So you got one right here, and then another one right here. So that would have been screaming buy here, and you would have made pretty good money off of that if you took it. Let's go into crowd. Is it feeling crowded in here? CrowdStrike. Wonder how they came up with their name, CrowdStrike. Ooh, that looks nice too. Look, I'm telling you, I'm gonna have to start charging for this thing soon if it's this good all the time. No, we'll leave it free. Maybe. Alright, so this one came out at 146.94, which was right here. So, yeah, Disney one was good too. Am I missing? I wonder why this one's not showing up. I think I know why. No, I don't know why. Is it because of this? Wonder why only one showed up on here and the other one didn't. I know why. Oh, I know why. Okay, so it came out right here. So we had this go down and up, and you would have played it right here. Is this the time? 12:40. Yep, that was it right there. Okay, perfect. So it came out right here. I just haven't gotten to this one yet, so this one came out later. So we got one right here, and you would have went from 147 basically up to 149.5. You would caught a $2.50 movement, and it never got to here, so you probably would have taken profits when it came back down here at 148. So you would have captured $1.50 move easily. Let me see. Yep, we did. Okay, we did get the. I do see the next one here. So this one I just didn't scroll down. So we got a double call here, and both of those would have, if you would have bought both of them or just one, even if you bought this one, you would have made money. Let's see. Twitter was next around the same time, almost identical times. Yeah, man, Cody, it's free. Like, all you got to do is open TradingView, go to indicators, search in Fortuna, and then you just click on it, and it'll add it to your chart. If you wanted the alerts, just join the Discord. I can get you an invite link if you're not in there. Let's see. If you're not in the Discord, I highly recommend it. We hang out and we use artificial intelligence to help us make money, and that's what we're talking about right now. So Twitter looks like it hasn't worked out yet, but let's see what we're looking at here. I mean, that's basically all you would do there. I mean, I suppose you could look at it this way. No, I don't love that. I'm just gonna. We don't have any gaps. We don't have the beginning of the day would have been right here, so I guess you could do theoretically look at it this way. And it rejected off the 236, so if we were using the fib strategy, we would have not entered this, but I'll be curious to see if this bounces back tomorrow. We have a pretty significant downtrend after a gap up, so let's see what this thing does tomorrow. I mean, that's pretty much right there, so we'll see what that does tomorrow. Right now, it's not a playable thing, and hopefully no one played that call out today because that was a bad one. But if you're doing your strategy and you're following it, you would have never played that anyways. You would have waited until it got up to about probably 46.25 is when you would have gotten in. Alright, let's see here. Apple, we had an Apple signal. I'm feeling that one was... See, Apple I had set different, so Apple would have had the commodity channel off. That would have got us a buy signal yesterday right there, and then today right here. So that got in, it was 120.61. That would have been right there, right at the tip there. And that ran up to 122. So you'd have caught about $1.50 movement there. And You potentially might have sold that because it bounced off of here. So you might have waited, and then you would have bought in right here, and you would have made a lot more money. So this would have alerted you. You would have waited for it to cross over the 120.68 here, and you would have bought in somewhere in here. And that's what I would have done there. I wouldn't have bought in this zone. I would have waited till it broke out. RJ, we can do some. Let's look at Bitcoin when we're all done here. Just remind me if I forget. We'll look at Bitcoin. I just want to get through all these. Okay, so Apple, both of those Apple signals would have been fire. Let's see, Coca-Cola. Been getting a lot of Coca-Colas lately. This one I remember we talked about yesterday, and we didn't like that one, but these two were good. These two look good. Oh wow, Coca looks good. I mean, sure a lot of people think that in their life that Coke looks good, and then that leads them down the wrong path, but these Cokes looks like rejected at 38 and then came down, but now it's back into the golden zone. So you potentially would have taken these and 49. You might have taken a call here at 49. What time? What was the call out with that? 49.94. Wow. Okay, 49.94 at noon. Oh wait, I forgot to turn this back on. Okay. So that got rid of that one. Okay. So that came out right here. So basically what you're looking for is you would have been looking for it to enter right here. So if this came out right here at the tip here. So this potentially was bad if you took it immediately. What you're waiting to do is for it to cross over here. So you should have taken it over here, and then you would have gone from 50 basically up to 50.20. You probably would have captured a few pips there. Wells Fargo. When's the next one? If you're in the Discord, I'm just going through the alerts here. Wells Fargo to me, it's like the Boeing of banks. It's just trash. So I put it in there though because it is a heavily traded stock, but it is a trash stock. So just keep that in mind that the sentiment on it is awful. So, ooh, that reminds me. Cody, I'm literally going over what I'm talking about right now. Like literally when I'm talking about these fibs and the trend lines, that's why we do this, so you can see why I would have gotten in or why I don't. So put your glasses on, put your earbuds in, or take your earbuds out and pay attention. So for me, I would have drawn a new fib here, down here. I would never have entered this anyways. Not only is it on a garbage downtrend, but it never even remotely came over the 236. So the alerts are in the Fortuna alerts. They literally say alerts. If you can't see them, that's because you haven't signed the disclaimer removing me from liability from you trading off of them. So if you haven't signed the disclaimer, go into read first. Read through that mountain of words, and then at the bottom there'll be a little emoji bot, and you click the emoji bot, and don't skip over it, read them. Click the emoji bot, and then it'll give you access to all of the alerts. So yeah, so what I'm looking for is basically I'm a fib trader. I like trading fibs, and it works really good in Fortuna. And honestly, we're gonna automate it eventually. But it takes a lot of coding and a lot of trial and error. So we are working on basically a failsafe called a sentiment bot. So it's a news market sentiment. So if a stock has basically a bearish sentiment and you get a buy signal, it'll just not give that signal. So that's something we're working on for you guys to help alleviate some of these bad signals. So keep that in mind. Good things are coming. So we would not have taken that. There's no way you shouldn't have either, unless you're a Wells Fargo trash lover. We got another Twitter signal. We went over Twitter. Let's look at Comcast. RJ. Signum. So there's two different types of ways that alerts come. Well, there's multiple ways that alerts come out. So 3 different AIs we've built so far. Mercury is the least developed. It's very beta. Signum's getting better. We've refined it a couple times now. So Fortuna is basically technical analysis based alerts. Where are my signals? There they are. Okay, so Fortuna is technical analysis based alerts. So basically it's looking for reversals. It's looking for sell-offs and then confirmed reversals is the idea behind it. Signum is flow based alerts. So Signum is based on flow. So if we were looking for that level 3 today on guild, basically this was the level 3 right here that it called out. So what we're looking for, so this was the level 3 caller. So it's looking for something that expires. Holy shit, that is something else. So that expires this Friday. Someone put $2 million on a call expiring this Friday. Wow. So not only did the volume majorly exceed the open interest, so this is a guaranteed opening order. So open interest is the amount of contracts available. So if you know someone bought more contracts than the amount available, you know it's a new position. And that's how we have it filtered, is we have guaranteed new position callouts. So if someone's putting this kind of money in here, this is actually why I took silver today, is I saw this come out and I was like, well, gold always go, or silver always goes with gold. So if gold, someone put $2 million on gold that expires this Friday, they must know something I don't know. So I'm just I put $200 on it. We'll see what happens. So hopefully that helps explain. Signum is a flow-based AI. It is in beta testing. I will have to charge for that eventually because we have to pay for the data. But right now, while it's in testing till we perfect it, I'm going to let you guys test it out too. I would definitely recommend combining your own TA and maybe Fortuna with it. You know, the idea is to have them talk together eventually for auto trading. So let's go back to Comcast here. Talk about that. So Comcast, we had a buy signal at 45.25, which would have been right at the tip here. So it looks like this came out right at the tip here, but that would have gone up to 45.43. Yeah, no worries, RJ, I got you. So let's see if we would have traded this or not. It's not looking like it, but maybe we'll see. Let's do all of them. Yeah, we might have traded this. So what we probably would have done is entered in here at about 45.25, and we would have taken profits about 45.37. So this would have been a scalp, most likely on the auto trader. We would have entered in around here, and then we would have sold around here. So Gaston, I could call him whatever I want because he can't talk back to me. In American, we pronounce G's as J, just like you would say GIF. I can pronounce a G however I want. It's a giraffe. J. So, we talked about crowd. Ooh, we got one on Chewy. Let's look at that. Yes, that's right. You are Jastad. Alright, so I think on this one I had commodity on. So, yep. Okay, so crowd, Chewy. Yes, Jurl. We're having fun tonight. Come on. Alright, so crowd opened the day up and then just had a major sell-off. Got just literally bounced off every zone that it could have broken through, and I would not have taken this today. I will wait and see how that goes, but I mean, in theory, if you're playing trend lines, you would have taken it because it's above the trend line, but then you would have just bought in right here. I don't know. I wouldn't have taken that off of that. I mean, that's calling it out at 147.85. Wait, this is Chewy. 64.49. Should have been right here. I mean that maxed out at 30-cent movement. You would have not made money on that. I would not have taken that. I would have waited for it to break over this red line to make that V pattern, And if he didn't have a V recovery, if this didn't break over, it never got over the 23.6. So this tells me more bad news is coming. And honestly, I had this charted out in an Elliott wave. It would make sense that it would go down more. Maybe I didn't extend this enough. Maybe this was supposed to be up here. You know, maybe this goes down in here. And then maybe it goes like that. I don't know. Let's see, that's the thing about Elliott waves. It's you're trying to predict stuff, but sometimes things are hard to predict, so. But the moves themselves, I mean, it was due for a pullback for sure. I mean, it was very overbought. I mean, I had it pulling back right here, and or right here, and it went above this zone. It never broke above there, so we'll see what happens on Chewy tomorrow. D-King, we got a double buy signal on today. I remember specifically talking about this one in the Discord. I straight up called this the whole time. So I said in the Discord today, I said, hey, first of all, you should never have gotten into it. But I know some people bought into it because of the double signal. And so I felt compelled to tell people to get out. So as soon as I saw this reject off of the 23, I basically called out. I said, please secure your profits on D-King. And please sell everything you have for profit. And then it sold off immediately. Like, we had the news came out with Florida getting delayed, and then it rejected off of here, and I said make sure you take your profits, and then boom, it sold off more. So hopefully people didn't lose money on that. I tried to warn everyone that it rejected off the 23, which is a if it rejects off the 23, that's, you should have taken puts there. Someone actually asked me, I think it was it Jeannie or Nate? They said, hey, you taking puts there? And I said, no, because I'm already all in on I was already all in on silver. So Tyler, what do you mean by trade NASDAQ? You mean like tech? I got tech signals in here. I trade everything. If it makes me money, why would I not trade it? I mean, that's just silly. Yeah, I mean, maybe you joined us a little late. I mean, we went over Tesla and Apple to start the call. Tesla and Apple both had some call outs today, which is funny because Apple had it had a Fortuna call alert, but a Signum put alert. So that was interesting. We didn't have any Netflix signals today. But if we got time, we can go over Netflix after. So let me get through all the AI alerts. I like to review all of them, and then if there's time at the end of the live, we can go through some interesting tickers for the day. So some funny thing happened in the chat today. We talked about a V-shaped recovery, and then we got a V. Wow, I already had this charted. That's crazy. So I think I did that when it happened. So. I basically told everyone I wasn't getting in because it couldn't get over the 23 right here. So basically what you have is you have a large one, and then I made a daily one. So these are fibs on fibs, basically. So you see there's zones where the fibs line up, and those are basically your either your bullish zones or your bearish zones, depending on if it breaks through or not. So what we had here was a bullish zone that it couldn't break through. We got this call signal, but it didn't break through and it rejected. So there's no way you would have taken this. I know some people might have, but if you're doing your fibs like I've been trying to teach people, there's no way you would have done that. So for me, I mean, even that, there's no trend line break. But it doesn't say that we don't gap up tomorrow. I mean, if we're bullish tomorrow, how are futures? I haven't looked at futures. Are we up right now? We are not. Okay. So let's, we were barely down though. We'll see what happens. Anything can happen. I'm just holding my silver and we'll see what happens there. So, yeah, I would not have taken that. So as soon as it rejects off there, we would have we could have been watching it, and if it ever broke above here, so let's say tomorrow it breaks above here, then maybe we'd take it tomorrow. Fastly. I've been told this is also called Trashly, but we'll see what happens here. Okay, so we had a double call today on Fastly. Never could break above the 23. And what you're looking for on a break above is you don't want a wick. You want a body break. So never trade a wick above. You want a full body break above there. And if that body holds into the next candle, that's what you're looking for. So this body break above here is when when you see a body up here and it goes to the next candle, you could have bought in here and then it rejected. You would have taken a nice scalp there. And so we're just showing you like how to trade a fib basically is you want a body break above. So if you got a body break below, that's bad news as well. So keep that in mind. These are called tweezer candles. So these tweezers combined with this call signal, even though it's below here because you had a bullish tweezers combined with the call signal, you might have bought in here at about 123. When did that come out? 123.47. So if you're good at TA and you saw the tweezer candles and you saw the buy signal, even though it's not above the 23, you could be fairly certain it was going to test it. So you could take a call here at 123.47 and then trade it up to about 124.84. So you could have caught $1.50 movement, and then when it rejected, you would have taken your profits here about 120. So you'd caught about $1.25 here for a nice little gain on Fastly. Yeah, Neo is nice. D-King, I don't know. I'm not bullish on D-King. You want me to click extended hours? Yeah. Yeah, I would not have yeah. Look at that. It issues signals after hours. I never even looked at that. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't look at after hours because I don't look at so what we had here, I forgot. We had news that wow, that dropped $30. That's crazy. So what I remember happening on this is basically I think the CEO or someone important in the company said, "Hey, we're going to miss revenue by 5%." So they got the bad news built in now. So yeah, I mean, hopefully you didn't call. I mean, you saw this rejection off of this downtrend. You shouldn't have, even if you jumped in here, you should have sold right here. So Disney. All right, let's talk Disney. I was told this was good, so let's see. Ooh, that was good. Look at that. So we had a double buy signal on Disney. Yeah, we did have a double buy signal on Disney. So basically we had our first one at 125.75, which was, if you took this first one, and then the second one came out at 126.17, yeah, that would have been a great one. So basically you got a confirmed break above the golden zone right here. And then, what's that one off? Oh, that's off the bigger one. So basically you had, looks like I charted this out. Cool. So I always forget. Sometimes I try to chart things during the day. So basically what happened was, I think I talked about this and I put it up in chat, even put it in Ace Ventures. So we had a confirmed downtrend break and we had a confirmed golden zone breakout. So you would have taken this one, and then when it rejected off of here, you would have sold at about 127. So you would have went from 126 to 127. You would have captured a dollar movement there. So we'll see what happens with that tomorrow, but hopefully you would have sold right here. Walmart had one today. I think I charted Walmart too because that interests me. So Walmart called out at 144.17. That would have been right here. Personally, I would have taken this at about 144.25, and then it got up to 137, and then I would have lost money or broke even on this because it couldn't get over the 23. Just by my rules, I would have taken it there. Not all trades are winners, so I would have sold here for even money or a small loss, and because it couldn't get over it, because it got above my zone here, I would have gone in here. And then as it came back down, I probably would have sold here because knowing me, I would have held too long, and I would have taken probably maybe a 5%. Maybe if I went a couple weeks out, maybe a couple percentage points. Nothing crazy because it's only, yeah, you would have only taken a couple percentage points lost there. Nothing crazy. But that might end up working out anyways. I like Walmart, so. Nike. I don't like Nike. I'm not a fan. But I know people love Nike, so I added it to the list. Alright, so Nike called it out at 127.79, which is right here. I may have taken that if I like Nike. I don't like Nike. Theoretically, we would have lost money on this one too, depending on if we went strictly by the rules. But because it bounced off of this, we might have still... I mean, I never even got close to up here, so we probably would have waited to see if it bounced here, and then maybe we would have broke even on this if we had taken it. Yeah, I'd like to talk about IBM here. I'm almost done with these, so VIX was the last one at the end of the day. Oh yeah, we are done. Okay, let's talk IBM here real quick. IBM started awesome today. So IBM, if you swung IBM, if you had gotten in at the end of the day here, so IBM would have been, basically you would have bought right here after this downtrend break at 125, and you would have played that up to the golden zone here. You would have captured a $2 movement, which would have been awesome. So I'm a little off on my projection here. I thought we would have gotten a golden zone projection, so it looks like we might get something more like, depends on what see, this is so hard to project after this, because if earnings are good, I mean, theoretically this could do something like this. So yeah, I'd swing it into earnings. I think we should do that. You don't have to play it through earnings, but at least up to earnings. I don't see it going much lower. I mean, it filled the gap. We're in the 23 to 50 zone. It's not going to be in here very long. It's either, I mean, if it breaks below 125, unfortunately I might have to admit defeat, but I'm not ready to admit defeat yet. Everything there is good. I mean, the sentiment's good. I mean, I showed you the dark flow on it. It just doesn't make sense to me right now, other than it's just following the market. I mean, it was still green while the market was red today, so that means I think we're going up tomorrow. Let's find out. We'll see. Yeah, IBM filled this gap perfectly. So this was the gap from here to here. It filled it here. We got buyers, so it is ready to go up, in my opinion. And because it didn't break below the 38, that is a very bullish sign. Yeah, we can do Amazon. I think someone asked me about... There's a bunch of people asking me about Amazon today. I even called it. Look at this. If you're the person that... Oh, you weren't the person. So someone today... I charted this for them. So they right here, they messaged me. I think it was like 33... around here. They're like, hey, I'm in Amazon puts. What should I be looking for? And I said, well, it's probably going to go down to 13.39 or 33.39, and then we might have a bounce up to 33.75. And because we're basically in a inverted cup and handle, let me show you this. So this is stupid. So you basically got your cup and handle. So yeah, I'm not bullish on Amazon right now. I think we're gonna get a gap fill down to here. I think it goes down to 3,300 easily, but we'll see. I mean, anything could happen theoretically. It is in an uptrend here, so we'll see what happens. It needs to break this line, and if it rejects here, it looks like it rejected off here a couple times. And if it breaks 33.39, it could be going down to 32.50 or about 33.03. So yeah, I'm not bullish on Amazon. You want to look at the daily candle? You just want me to show you this gap is what you're asking me to show. Yeah, I did Neo to start the stream just for fun, but we can look at it after. So, you do have this nice gap here. We can look at it after, though. Ah! God, I love fibs. God, they're so good. You could have projected this out way back in August what was going to happen. That's stupid. So it rejected off the golden 283, the 618. 618s and 382s are very important, and the 50 kind of gives you your back and forth. So not only did it perfectly, like, I didn't draw this from here. I drew it from down here. Like, that's so stupid. So we got a false break down here. We can actually draw one more in here because of that. Let's see if we have some overlaps. We do have some overlaps. So this key zone at 358 is very key. So if it bounces off of here, this could be our cup and handle. Otherwise, this could be going back down. But this looks like a nice cup and handle. I would not be surprised if it retested 284. But it does clearly have a an uptrend break right here. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah, I love Danny, but sometimes I don't agree with him. But he is very successful, so that is what it is. That looks very similar to CRM, doesn't it? Oh, this is the daily too. So I would expect, I mean, again, what do you guys see here? You see a clear bear flag, basically. So what you're looking at here is you got there's your flagpole, there's your pennant, and you got your cup and handle. So you got a cup and handle and a bear flag. What does this always spell? So, I don't know. The TA says going down, but the thing is stonks only go up, so I don't know. I've never been a good put player. I've always been better at calls. I find the TA is a little bit more reliable there, because news can push us up very easily, but you got a big gap on the Qs right there from 358 up to 3 that, so to me, this makes sense that we would go down here. So, SPY. I mean, that was my projection with SPY. It filled the gap, and I mean, that's the thing. Like, SPY says it's going up, but the Qs say they're going down. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. We'll see, though. I mean, we'll see. So, I think I thought SPY was going to 346. I kept calling that today. That was my theory. It did not happen, and I'm not sure exactly why. We could maybe find out, though. Maybe I didn't draw my fibs right. Let's draw a new fib. I could have not drawn my fibs right. Actually, I can already see I didn't draw them perfect. Let's try one more fib here. I see now. Okay, so it basically it filled the gap and it decided to go back up. So maybe we see something more like this, and we can try to project this a little bit better. This would have, probably look more like this. Oops. I mean, if we're bullish on SPY, we could see something like that. That might be something a little crazy, but who knows? Let's see. I mean, in theory, I don't use these often, but they're fun to try to use to project timelines. So basically, that basically means if you're looking at something like this, I mean, in that theory, that would probably be like that. It's going to be somewhere in there, so maybe it's more like, I don't know, SPY's been going crazy lately, but that could be the theory right there. Theoretically, this leg should be longer than this leg, so this would probably be something more like in here, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll do Netflix and then we'll do Baba. Some really bad puts that came out on Baba. So that's the thing. Do you draw from here or do you draw from here? Does it matter? Well, that's not good news if you're in Netflix calls. It's good news if you're in Netflix puts. I mean, you basically got an Eiffel Tower here, and I would expect Netflix to sell off now. But you got earnings coming up here, so theoretically, I think the sentiment on let's see what we got going on here. So you got a cup handle. It's not a great handle, but you basically got a double top here. I mean, rejected perfectly at this double top with a sharp sell-off. Theoretically, I believe it should go down to about between 530 and 500 before, and it might sell off all the way in there. I don't know. We'll see. It could also go back up to 570. We'll see. Yeah, Baba. So I talked about it yesterday that there was a lot of. Not only did we, not only did we get this put yesterday. That's a mega put sell, by the way. Combined with. I mean, you can see this is a clear cup, inverted cup. So if you were to invert this, you can see this is a bearish cup, and I mean, cup and handle. So you're getting this cup and handle. It's probably going back to 284. And if you look in the Signum alerts, we actually had a this come out. So let me show you. I'll put this in the chat here. So this came out at 15:16 today, at 303.79. So 15, 16 would have been right in here. So that would have been right here. This put came out, and then it kept going down. So obviously they knew, they could tell this was going down, and this. I mean, what'd you say it's at right now? Yeah, Hong Kong, it's down. So, and even yesterday we had China ETFs puts for it. So people, I mean, you could see this clearly was running out of steam. You can see this rising wedge basically. Probably more like this, yeah. So I mean, that's a very obvious movement there, and you could have easily taken puts here and made good money. You could have taken them at, I mean, even if you took them at 307, I mean, you'd have scored big there. Let's see. Jamia. I mean, Jamia's still got a gap right here. So we'll see what happens on it. Looks good though. It filled this gap. Don't know what the cup and handle you're talking about is. Maybe you're talking about the big one. We'll see. Wouldn't be surprised if this went up some more. Alright. Well, I mean, I went through everything I wanted to go through. If you guys have any final questions, again, hopefully you enjoyed this and learned something. Yeah, there's news that came out the stim's getting delayed till after the election, but I think we all knew that. So. Oh, Bitcoin. Yes, thank you. See, I told you should remind me. That is not the... I mean, it's kind of flagging. Don't love that. I suppose in theory, we don't know for sure if that's going. That makes more sense. Okay. So I mean, you got a flag, so it's probably gonna. That's why. I mean, we got some buy signals here, which these look good for short scalps, but I am definitely not going over Riot. It is a garbage company. I mean, it's the same thing. You got your bull pennant going there, so let's see what happens there. That's a, look at that sell signal. Yeah, we could do space. Yeah, Chris, we went over Neo here. Neo looks good, so it bounced off of the 61.8, so that basically means it's probably going back to 27. And I think after hours, it's pretty up there. Yeah. So with holy cow, it's at almost 28. To me, that it tells me it wants to go to 28.50. And I talked about this earlier today. I said, man, that has room to run to 29. And I said it in the chat too. I said it when I was like right here. I said I think it's going to 29. And it certainly looks like it's going to 29, which would be a full fib extension basically, and would equal. Yeah, that makes sense even more when you see the all-time uptrend. If we were to zoom out here, you can see it broke above that trend line right there. So this thing is in full-blown impulse move now, so it's gonna go up here, run out of steam, and it's gonna crash hard. No, I'll be right there to take. I mean, it could theoretically go to 32, but yeah, if it gets to 28.52, I would strongly suggest looking into puts if we break this. But here's the thing: make sure it breaks this uptrend. So what you're looking for is a rejection off the 28, and then a uptrend break. So, all right, space, final one. I usually do these for about an hour, so that'll probably take us up to the hour. A little wrong there, apparently. Thought we were going to go up here, but we got rejected off of this 28% extension. So, looks like we're consolidating in here now. And, I mean, theoretically, this is a bull flag. I don't know. I'm not going to go into space right here. I would like to see it either break below 21 or above 22 before I did anything. So until it gets out of this zone, I would not do anything. And that's probably my fault because, in theory, this isn't actually an Elliott wave because this leg should have been longer. So to confirm this would have looked probably something more like this. So that would have been the move we were looking for. And because we didn't get that, that's not a real Elliott wave. So it's probably something else that we're looking for. That's nice, though. I love that. So what we had here is this all-time downtrend. It rejected here, but then it broke out, and then it used it as support. So I do love that. That is something I do love. That's interesting. Since that's not right, we don't need to worry about that. But, I mean, you got these perfect fibs here. I don't know. What's this gray one? I don't know where that gray one's coming from. Either way, bounced off of there, and let's see what happens. So, I guess thank you all for joining me. Let's make some money tomorrow. Hopefully you made money today, and I think that's the plan every day. Try to take over the world by making money. Stay safe out there, my friends.